So hello people, and in this episode I'll be going to Vienna. I'm taking the train from Salzburg to Vienna. At first I didn't know that the bus ticket that I booked with Flixbus would actually lead us to the train, so I actually thought it was going to be the bus, but no. Apparently the connection between Salzburg and Vienna is better by train. That's why they put us on the train. So I had to rebook the ticket after missing the first one. And arriving in Vienna, certainly not a new city to me. It's my second time here, but my first time was like when I was 14 or 13 years old, so it was back in 2011. And it's downpouring this time, so I hope that it won't be that bad, but it'll be an interesting one as it will rain for the next few days as well. And our hotel is just right there, that building across the street with lights. See what happens tomorrow. Hi guys, so now I am in Vienna. It was a hassle yesterday actually getting here. So we missed the first train. We were supposed to come here by train, but I first mistook it for taking the bus. So we had to run back and forth in the main train station from one side to the other side, like for the whole 20 minutes because of the confusion. But at the end, we missed the train and we had to buy another train ticket. And it's like 39.90 euros for two of us. Yeah. So yeah, when we got here, it was really raining and rainy last night, and Google Map didn't really help a lot because it only showed the route with the train to like how to get from Vienna west to this train station. So it'll take like half an hour, whereas we met a guy at a shop who helped us, and he pretty much told us which metro or tram to take to get here within a few minutes, so that was nice. As you can see, this room is actually quite big. There are 3 beds for 2 of us. I think I made the wrong booking. But yeah, I pretty much started getting everything out of the bag so I can reorganize them. It's like but looking outside, I don't think we are able to go to so many places simply because it's just heavily raining, so I don't think it worth going out to so many places today. Anyway, we'll see what we can do. Yeah. So we figured out that the hotel was only like 1 main street away from the actual central station or the Hauptbahnhof, but it would still take us the next 10 to 15 minutes maximum to get there, and we were quite hungry, so we pretty much just got onto the tram and bought a single trip ticket to the main train station and then start our journey from there, because I know that from the actual train station, one of our destinations is pretty much like 8 minutes walk away from there. It's the garden or the palace there, and yeah, so it's more logical to like have breakfast at the main train station. To be honest, we didn't know what kind of breakfast we wanted to have, so just maybe get like some simple sandwiches, that's it, and a bottle of water. But yeah, now we're heading towards the main train station, and a lot like some other European train stations, especially the ones in Germany, It's kind of like a shopping train station where there are shops where you can just shop around, but just not as much as in Germany. But otherwise, you can get your breakfast there. There's cafes and places like that. All the things that you would expect a train station to have, at least in Northern Europe. Yeah, so the train station itself is not big, but that's probably why they have the west and the east train station as well. For like, not all the lines just go directly to the main train station. So it's actually pretty easy to navigate yourself through the train station, and it will not take long for you to know, which exit goes where. And there's always maps here and there, so that's pretty good. And considering that in Vienna there's not a lot of tram lines, so just look where you're going, and most of the time you will actually have to change. Well, we figured like we had to change quite often the underground from looking at the map and seeing which locations we wanted to go, kind of. But then again, because it's a rainy time, like during our visit, according to the weather forecast, we decided to pretty much cancel most of our plan and actually see on the map itself where would be the logical place to go, rather than following the plans that we've prepared before the trip. It's kind of sad, but then again, Northern Europe, a lot of things tend to look similar anyway, and so we just decided to drop a lot of things and just explore it without the plan, and just look at the map, which place seems more interesting to visit. That's all we did. Yeah. So after breakfast, we just pretty much walked out of the other end of the main train station and then heading towards the garden. It was actually quite straightforward, as in the train station there's also the map, and obviously the garden being so close to the train station, you can just pretty much look at the route exactly where to go, and it's only like 2 main streets that you have to follow. So I think you just go out, turn right, straight, turn left, and then keep on going straight, and then you'll see the garden right away, which is there right across the street. And yeah, so it's pretty straightforward to go there. You don't need to take the tram, though you can take the tram, but I just don't see why you would, because it's just gonna be like a stop or 2 away. And yeah, here we are at the garden and going inside. At first I was kind of underwhelmed because it looked pretty similar to quite a few more places, other palaces elsewhere in Europe, but then again, it's Europe, well, Northern Europe. A lot of things tend to look similar. Even in Southeast Asia, a lot of things tend to look similar from countries to countries. Only the local will probably tell like the exact, all the exact little differences. Same goes for Europe, well, Northern Europe region, where, the architecture here and there are pretty similar. But yeah. So there was no entrance fee, well, on that particular day when I went. So the actual garden itself, it's actually pretty nice, pretty okay to look at. Apparently it's not the best day for photography or anything, so I just took some simple photos here and there. I actually broke my iPhone here simply because I was trying to take pictures with my iPhone. But yeah, then it just dropped down to the ground. The face of the screen just hits first, like the stone hit right in the middle of the screen, so it broke. So anyway, moving on, we just pretty much continue exploring Vienna through the actual map. Like, we used Google Map to give us names of the location, like the major locations that the name would pop up on the map, and then pretty much just walk to the places, such as we're heading towards Hofburg, but we also passed the Cuhls Kirche, which is Cuhls Church, and I took some pictures there. Obviously I was still feeling super mad at myself for dropping my phone, but the closer you get to like these tourist big landmark destinations and so on and so forth, you're bound to see a lot of people playing music on the streets here and there. I mean, they're not really poor people begging for money, but like they're just people who are just trying to have fun, which is what I love about these places in Northern Europe. Well, Austria is kind of northern, but yeah, many places like this in Northern Europe, even in Salzburg, and some places in Germany, and some places in the Netherlands, like when there are musicians playing music on the streets, like, just to have fun, I really appreciate their work, but that's just me. But then we just continue to explore to the town hall. We just passed the parliament, but again, all the pictures, will be shown by the end of the video. So all the pictures I've taken, obviously I've taken a lot more pictures from different places than filming because I was walking with a friend. I did not want to ask her to stop so that I could film. I just wanted to just go along. And then there was this football tournament from like Turkey against, I don't know the other side, I just forgot, but there were just a lot of people with Turkish flags. To be honest, this sounds harsh, but I'm actually quite glad they lost. I really am. Anyway, after the town hall, we decided to go to the Schwedenplatz to look for something to eat, and it took us a while to find the right metro and everything and actually buy the day ticket. And it's just me regretting not buying the day ticket earlier in the day time. But yeah, we finally managed to get a day ticket, and then we first went to Donau Insel station simply because we wanted to see the Donau, but obviously the weather did not really permit us to enjoy it, simply because, I mean, it's just a river, but then it's like a lot of ships and it was raining, so the weather did not permit us for that. So then I just head towards Schwedenplatz for lunch, and unsurprisingly we found an Asian restaurant. At first I misunderstood that it was a Vietnamese restaurant. It was a Vietnamese restaurant, well it is, but they have some Thai menus in there as well, which was pretty interesting, and the owners were Chinese, so my friend could communicate with them. But yeah. Then after having our lunch, we just continue exploring the city of Vienna, and to be honest, Vienna seems a lot smaller than last time I was there in 2011. Maybe it was because I was a lot younger as well, but yeah, it seems pretty small. I remember this church to be super big, this Stephansplatz, and no, it's actually not that big. I thought my camera lens, the 16 to 35 millimeter, would not cover the church, but it did. For whatever reason, I remembered it to be a lot bigger, and so as other places like the Hofburg, things like that. So maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's just I was younger, that's why I thought it was a lot bigger. But otherwise, yeah, we just explored around from Stephansplatz, walked all the way to Hofburg. It's just, I don't know, it was just pure exploring. It wasn't really something we had on our list. Well, the places we had on our list, but we did not really plan. We just kind of abandoned our list and pretty much just explore the shopping streets as well. And here we are at the music concert. We have an appointment. We had a reservation here for a concert, and it was an interesting experience because, you know, on the Asian tourist, especially on the Chinese tourist websites, forums and everything, it's a must to come here. It's like one of the recommendations. But apparently the ticket we booked, well, the concert we booked, we did not really end up liking the actual piece, like the work from the composer, so you know, it was the downside. So after the first intermission, we just kind of left the actual place. I did not take any videos or anything inside, simply because you're not allowed to take pictures or videos, though there were many other tourists who did it, but I did not wanted to you know, film inside because it's against the rule. But you know, if other people did it, but then I don't know, it's up to them. But after that, we got a little hungry, so we went to find a restaurant that my friend recommended to me, which is the Ribs or something like that, where they serve you almost a meter of ribs, and for like 14 euros. And obviously my friend and I could just share that. Yeah. So here we are on the way to the restaurant, and at the restaurant, apparently we had to wait for like half an hour because it was pretty full and packed. We did not reserve any seats for us, simply because we did not expect it to be full, but it was full. So we had to wait for like half an hour. We wanted to leave in between, but when we got out, we just decided to get back in, and then the shopkeeper was like, okay, we were lucky they could just squeeze us to somewhere in the restaurant, so at the end we just ordered 1 meter ribs, but the waiter was really surprised that we only ordered 1 because we were 2. But yeah. You know, my friend is small, so she can't finish 1 meter, so I would have to finish everything for her. Like whatever she couldn't finish, I would just have to finish it. But yeah, we finally got a seat inside, so that was pretty cool. So we actually enjoyed our dinner at the end of the day, and looking forward for tomorrow. Well, tomorrow will be more of, well, the next day will be more of the just pure exploring and shopping day, because we're definitely leaving tomorrow for Prague. We do not want to take a look at too many places. We just want like another chill and relaxing day, as this is pretty much my trip saying goodbye to my friends, because they're leaving to China and I'm still studying here in Europe. So yeah, it's just more of a goodbye and relaxing trip. I did not want to force my friends to follow whatever I planned. So yeah, at the end of the day, I just wanted to be a happy trip. So the next day will be more like relaxing, chill trip to the shopping center, things like that. But yeah, as of tonight, everything went well, apart from the concert that was quite boring, that we had to leave in the first intermission, simply because, as I said, it's not our cup of tea. Me in particular, I like classical music, but not the kind of piece that it was shown that evening. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. So here we are in the next morning, and as said earlier, that today the plan for today is pretty much just to chill and shopping and explore the other side. So yeah, it's our last day in Vienna. So far, we're actually really liking Vienna a lot. It's a really nice and calm city. People are really friendly here, and the cost to buy the ticket or food here is okay, so it's not like an expensive city or anything, but you still do find a lot of immigrants here and there in a lot of parts of Vienna, I find. So comparing Vienna 2016 to last time when I was here in 2011, there are definitely a lot more immigrants. And listening to the dialect from Vienna is just it's a bit funny if you know German already. Like if you learn German in Germany, in northern part of Germany, like where you have a bit more perfect German. Like I'm from Hanover, so it's one of the cities, like one of the best cities to learn German. You'll definitely find their dialect a bit funny, but they also would use some words where the Germans would not use them, and you know, like on the street signs or even when talking to the locals, they would use some words where you usually don't use them in certain scenarios in Germany, but that is to be expected, as you know, we're not in the same country, and obviously even countries that has the same language, they still, you know, like they have their own dialect within the same language. Or take Spanish, for example. The Spanish they speak in Spain and the Spanish they use in Ecuador it's still Spanish, but there are words like time to time where it would be used differently for the locals there. And it's the same in Austria, where you know the German they use there is a little bit different in terms of certain words, like the vocabulary, or and also the grammar, as well as the accent, like the pronunciation of certain words, just different. But you know, it was nice to know about it, and it's nice to experience it again, I guess. Sometimes I just have to laugh, but it's normal there, you know. If you're German, you're kind of expected to find it a bit weird, because it's not the same kind of German as you have in northern Germany. Unless if you're from Bavaria, then you probably will feel more at home. But if you're from like the absolute north of Germany, it's weird. It is weird, and sometimes I would have to ask the local to repeat him or herself when I'm asking questions, but then sometimes I would just switch to English. Then it's just easier to communicate in English. And talking about English, people there, they do understand English, and most of the time they will be able to speak English. But German, like if you know German, that would be a lot better, obviously. And today, being shopping day, I decided to go to Saturn and take a look if I can buy extra hard drives. But it turned out like their hard drives either were way too expensive than the ones I could find on Amazon in Germany, or they just don't have the right one for me. They did not really have the right one. So then we just went over to two big shopping malls elsewhere. You have to pass the Donau to go there. And yeah, it's pretty nice and clean. And what I like about the shopping mall is that in Germany or in some other European countries, even in the Netherlands here, it's so hard to find toilets in shopping malls. But there it's just like pretty much in big signs every single corner, which is actually quite nice. Yeah, I don't know why in other parts of Europe it's just so hard to find it, but yeah. I wanted to get my iPhone fixed as well, but it was 160 euros to get it fixed, and there's no official store in Vienna. That means having to wait 2 weeks. So obviously my last day in Vienna already, why would I fix and why would I spend 160 euros when, you know, I could just go to Germany and go to the Apple store and get it a little bit cheaper. as well as, you know, I would have that like 2 or 3 hours of repairing time, and that's it. So here's the shopping mall. It's not big, but I guess it's time for the girl to go shopping. And yeah, and now we're going back to, well, not going back, but kind of going back to the main train station to get our luggage and then go to the bus stop. With the bus, Flixbus again rearranged our trip with another bus, but I think it's just like either their partner company or it's just their daughter company, I'm not sure. It's with another company that also has Flixbus logo, but it's from Baglus or something similar like that. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. And the bus was like 40 minutes late and everyone was pretty annoyed. And there was this guy who just randomly started like yelling at the office and like, when is the bus gonna be here and everything. He was super impatient, but you know, at the end the bus came, but you know, the guy at the office also couldn't do anything. And talking about the bus station has got Wi-Fi in it, so if the bus is late, if you're traveling by bus, you can use the internet. It's not the fastest internet in the world, nor the slowest, but you can use it. And you might want to consider actually buying something for the trip, because we are now going from Vienna to Prague, and obviously there's almost no proper shop to buy stuff nearby. So yeah, just buy some stuff if you're traveling by bus. Don't expect that there would be like a proper kiosk there or anything. But yeah, that was just our time, that was just our experience. We really loved Vienna a lot. We wish we could have spent a bit more time, but you know, we only had a very limited amount of time, as my friend needs to write her thesis when we get back to Amsterdam. Anyway, that was our trip. I hope you enjoy it. I know it's still really hard video to watch, but yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.